Part 2. Get Set. Chapter 4. One Size Fits None. Now that you've gotten a glimpse into what it's like doing this as a form of money-making, we're going to start to get a little bit more nuts and bolts about things. The chapters that preceded this one were a bit more of a memoir-esque pastiche to give you some flavor, but now it's time for lists, bullet points, and homework. However, this is not going to be a traditional instruction set like the plans you used to get on a model kit or dollhouse. At best, this is going to be more like a paint-by-numbers approach. Why? What's wrong with insert tab A into slot L and set joint using the supplied adhesive approach? Well, a couple of things. First, let me introduce you to somebody. I'm pretty certain that you've seen the line drawing of a confused-looking guy staring down at a floppy piece of paper, and I'm sure you know both whom he represents and what. The Whom is a rather large furniture and domestic goods retailer known as much for its goofy product names, and more likely their meatballs, as it is for its ultra-simple, hyper-utilitarian, low-cost furniture and home goods. The What, of course, is the intense frustration most experience while trying to assemble said furniture with the tiny little not really a hex key, gaffer tape, and whiskey, while promising sacrifices of bloody meatballs to Odin himself just to get it to not fall to pieces. Again. This chain and its line of products are a fantastic example of one size fits none when it comes to instruction. They have spent millions and millions of dollars on making sure their instructions are oh so easily followed to help ensure their easy-to-assemble products come out as they looked in their easy-to-blow-your-paycheck showrooms. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the company, and as I write this, I can touch at least 3 of their products without getting out of my chair. But this phenomena of instruction obstruction is a great example of why one might assume detailed directions are more helpful than simple ones, but aren't. Because even the simplest of instructions can baffle a surprisingly large number of people. The other issue with instructing you on the what's and how's of voiceover is this. I don't know you. I don't know what you own as far as technology goes, what your temperament is, and a myriad of other things. There are a ton of variables between you and the mic, and even between 2 very similar successful voice talents. There's no way to take all that into account from a distance. Hell, it's even hard to do so in person. Way too many individual decisions, way too many external inputs, way too many moving parts. So instead of blasting you in the brain with a pile of hyper-technical blah-blah on specifics you've no use for yet, and that will likely just overwhelm you before you record a single word, what I'm going to do instead is give you an overview of the gear you'll need to have and/or get, what you'll need to learn to do with it, some of the preparations you'll need to get in place, and how to get started. There will be precious few brand name specifics, but I promise you plenty of why to go along with the what, the where, and the when. Again, this will be much more like a paint-by-numbers picture. I'm going to draw you a decently detailed picture, but you will be the one coloring in the lines. This will leave you free to make your own decisions about the color, the shade, and the intensity, which in this case could be redefined as brand name, level of complexity, and budget. So let's get started, shall we?